Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. The question that I'll be solving today is maximum number of elements in subset and came in weekly contest 382 in LeetCode. In this question, you will be given an array of positive integers, nums, and you need to select a subset of nums. And you can place the selected elements in such a way that there should be a pattern like x squared x to the power 4 up to x to the power n, then x to the power n by 2 up to x, like it should be in a form of a we can say a kind of mountain. And in and after selecting the elements we can rearrange those elements and find a pattern, and you need to find the maximum number of elements in a subset that satisfies this condition. So let me explain it. Let's take an example. In this example it is given 5, 4, 1, 2 and 2. Now, how would you find a pattern like this? There should be a kind of mountain, and the pattern should be like x square up to x to the power n, then x to the power n by 2, and so on and so forth up to x. So, this should be a pattern, and we need to find the maximum length of that pattern. If you, as you can observe, like there is x square, and there must be also one x square, x and x. So every element should have a frequency of 1 or more than 2 or more than 2, and x to the power n could have a frequency of 1. So every element should have a frequency of 2 or more than 2 except one element, that is at the top x to the power n. So how do we find that? There could be two conditions, like if we are having 1 in our array, so 1 to the power of 1, 1 to the power 2, up to 1 to the power n. So everything is 1 only. So if we are having 1 in our array, then the length would be, if it is odd, then return that. If it is even, then return the total one minus 1. Why minus 1? It's because we want a odd length. Like there is 1, there is 1, there is 1, there is 1. All the sum is even, but if we are placing at the top it would be odd, so we want a odd to be returned, and if it is a even, that's why I'm doing a minus 1. Now 2 to the power 30 is approximately, we can say, it's 10 to the power 9, and this is the maximum element that we can have in our nums. So the maximum part that we can go so far would be 30, like this, 2 to the power of 30 using 2. For 3 it will be lesser than 30, so we can see that for 2 we can reach up 30, for 3 it will be lesser. So we can check for each and every element. For every element, how far we can go, how far would be the top, the top, because if we are finding the top, this length and this length must be same. So for each element there must be a frequency of greater than or equals to 2, so that will be that should be checked. Now I'll be checking for this number, is the frequency is greater than equals to 2. If it is, then only we can place this element over here. For each and every element we'll be checking that, but for this top element there should be a frequency of greater than equals to 1, it should be. Now for 2 I'll be checking that. Let's store it in a map, like we'll be using a map to store all the elements along with their frequency. Now I'll be checking for 2. Is 2 is in my map? If it is, it must be having a frequency of greater than equals to 2 to belong over here. If it is, then we can put the 2 over here also. Now for 4 I'll be checking, like 2 into 2 is x square, then the x square into x square, that is x to the power 4. So I'll be checking for 4. 4 is in my map. If the frequency is greater than 2, I can place 4 over here as well as over here in the both side. Now if we are trying to find, like 4 4 is 16, if the frequency is 1, I cannot place 16 and 16 because I am having a frequency of 1. So it should be on the top only. So that's the end of the sequence that I can go so far using 2 as the base. So for each and every one, 2, 3, 4, up to 10 to the 5, we can check because it will be going up to 30. So 30 into 10 to the 5 would be the time complexity to check for each and every element. At max, it would be lesser than that. At max, it will be 13 to 10 to the 5. That is an approximation. So we can use this solution for each and every element. I'll be checking that 2, like the multiple of 2 into 2, then 2 into 2 into 2. No, sorry, it's 4 into 4. The multiple of this. For 3 also, I'll be checking for each and element how far I can go. Now let me show the code for a better understanding. As I've explained, first thing that I'll be doing is storing each and every element along with their frequency. Now, if one is present in the map, then I need to return an odd answer. If it is odd, then I'll be returning that only, like I'm storing that into the answer. If it is even, that then the answer could be the frequency minus 1. I've explained that. Now I'm traversing through the map. If the current element is 1, then I need to do nothing for that because I have already calculated for 1. Now for each element, how far I can go is up to 30, and the maximum element that I can have in my array is 10 to the power 9. So until the multiple, like mul, is less than 10 to the power 9 or equals to, I can go inside the loop. If it is not present in the map, then I'm doing answer is the maximum of answer comma current minus 1. Why current minus 1? Because current is storing the length of the pattern so far we have. Now there is no element in this map. So I need to make someone as top, like some element as top. I was having 2 frequency, then 2 or greater than 2. Now I need to have a frequency of 1, which I'll be placing at the top. That's why I'm doing current minus 1. That is the, I have calculated the previous element's frequency as 2. So I need to place that element at the top. That's why I'm doing current minus 1, because I have calculated that frequency as 2. So I'm subtracting that because I'll be placing that into the top only, not at the side. Now, if the frequency is 1, then I can place this element at the top, not at the side. So this is the end of the pattern that I could have. That's why current plus 1. There is a current of the length of the previous pattern plus 1. That is the element that is at the top. So that's why current plus 1. If I have a frequency greater than equals to 2, then I could add plus 2. That is one for the left and one for the right. Like that will be in the form of mountain. So for the left part as well as for the right part, I'm adding 2. So for each element, I'm adding 2. That's why if I don't find any element, then I need to put someone at the top. That's why I'm subtracting 1. So at the end, I'm doing answer comma current minus 1. Why it is? Because if each and every element have a frequency of 2, let's say 2 have a frequency of 2, then 4 have a frequency of 2, as well as 16 have a frequency of 2, then how will I place someone at top? So 2, 2, 4, 4, and 16. So that's why the current minus 1, because someone have to be placed at the top, and I'm returning my answer. So that's it. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to my channel if you find it helpful.